neck rehabilitation. So if you're having neck pain and spine issues related to your cervical spine, a rehabilitation program is key to avoid pain, potentially avoid having surgery, and even after having surgery, recovery back to your normal life. So what's it based on? There's two basic principles of spine rehab. One is decrease tension in the muscles. Number two is build postural muscle strength to help support your body better. So the first thing we'll talk about is how to decrease the tension in the muscles. Chronic muscle firing causes anaerobic metabolism because there's a lack of oxygenation in blood because they're firing all the time. It's like when you run a marathon, your muscles start to burn from a lack of blood and oxygenation. Same thing happens to the muscles in your body if they're firing all the time and constantly tense. They can be tense for two different reasons. One is if you have pain from a disc or nerve that's causing the pain, the muscles get tight in response to the pain to try and stop any motion. So that can cause chronic muscle firing. The other thing can be mental or emotional tension and stress that you hold in the muscles. Both of those things cause constant muscle firing, which then can lead to anaerobic metabolism, which basically means the body needs to make ATP. Usually it does it from oxygen, very efficient source. And when it runs out of oxygen, because they're firing all the time and a lack of blood supply, it goes to anaerobic, a lack of oxygen metabolism, which is the Krebs cycle, if you remember that from chemistry. And one of the byproducts of the Krebs cycle is lactic acid. So the body's firing all the time, it needs ATP to get to work. It uses anaerobic metabolism, breaks down through the Krebs cycle, generates lactic acid. Lactic acid is a pain mediator. So you get those little knots and balls that can be full of lactic acid, which is a source of pain in of itself. So it's this vicious cycle. If you have pain, muscles get tight, causes lactic acid, causes more pain. So one of the ways to break this up is to get the muscles to relax. Also, let's wash out that lactic acid and oxygenate the muscles. Number one way to do this is cardiovascular exercise. If you get your heart rate up and break a sweat, it releases endorphins so you feel better, washes out the lactic acid, oxygenates the muscles, and decreases some of that muscle pain. So any cardiovascular exercise you can do, elliptical, bike, stepper, swim, water aerobics, tai chi, anything, get your heart rate up, break a sweat, so long as the exercise doesn't cause pain. And everybody's different with that. A lot of times biking, where you're extending your neck, or swimming, when I swim with a mask and a snorkel so I don't have to turn my head so I don't irritate my neck. You got to get creative. You got to do whatever you can do to get some cardiovascular exercise so long as it doesn't cause pain. So that's number one, is that cardiovascular exercise. Because the other thing the exercise does is, by releasing endorphins, you'll feel better. So you have this chemical balance going on in your body of positive mediators like endorphins, negative mediators like lactic acid. Well, you want to win that balance, tilt that in your favor. Cardiovascular exercise washes out the lactic acid, releases endorphins, you'll feel better, you'll have less pain, and it'll decrease the tension in the muscles in your neck. So that's the number one thing. Second component is getting the massage. Getting somebody to massage your neck and relax those muscles can help break up some of the tightness. Another thing is meditation and relaxation techniques. There's downloads you can have on your phone that cost $10. You can listen to it anytime you want. My wife actually teaches meditation. If you're interested in that, email me. But having some type of relaxation technique where you can lay in a comfortable spot or sit to where your head doesn't have to be supported by your neck. Your neck literally has to carry the weight of your head around all day. Give it a break. Give it a 15 to 30 minute break every day at some point, either at lunch or towards the afternoon. And the goal is to drift off and to disappear and lose consciousness even for a moment. You want to break that mental, physical tension that's going all the time. And if you can just drift off and lose consciousness for a moment, you know where you start to dream and then you kind of wake up and you don't know how long it's been? That's what you want. Whether it's for a second or for 5, 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. As long as you get a second of an escape mentally and physically, it can break some of that tension that builds up throughout the day. You should do that every day. Give yourself a break for one time a day. As far as diet goes, there's anti-inflammation diets that may help. I found that to be very unpredictable and different in each particular person. A lot of people we treat, a lot of athletes, they don't have a lot of inflammatory pain. It's more mechanical. Other people have inflammatory pain. And the only way to know is to try it. The anti-inflammation diet, which basically means no gluten, no dairy, no alcohol, less processed carbs. Anything that has a lot of preservatives in it that your body has to filter out and may react to, inflammatory, may cause an inflammatory response. People also say nightshade vegetables. I think a lot of this is just trial and error. See what works for you. One of the things I've learned is that as you turn 40 and now pushing 50, you can't expect to exercise to compensate for your bad diet that's full of bad carbs, because you'll hurt yourself by exercising too much. When you turn 40, your metabolism slows down. I can only imagine what happens. I'm almost 50. What happens as you get older, it just slows down even more. That's even more important, to control your weight with your diet. Stop eating bad carbs. Don't try and compensate by exercising. The purpose of the exercise is to get your heart rate up, release endorphins, and feel better. It's not to lose weight. The way you lose weight is your diet. Stop eating bad carbs. I'm just telling you what you already know. The number 2 is other things that can help, other modalities like chiropractor, acupuncture, injections, laser, decompressive machine. All these things can help temporarily break some of the muscle tightness. Then you want to reinforce better postural strengthening exercise to put you in a better position. And that's the second part of the program, is what exercise to do. From a very basic standpoint, if you only want to do one exercise, do the standing dead bug exercise. A great physical therapist in here in LA taught it to me. It's on our app called the Back Doctor app, under the neck program. You stand up against a wall, flatten your back, bring your arms up and down as you're firing your core. And the great thing about this exercise is you can do it anywhere, anytime. I recommend you do 10 reps 3 times a day. It literally takes a combined 2 minutes, but at least you're waking up the muscles. The worst thing for the human body is to be stuck in one position, especially slumped over a computer all day long. That's not natural. We're supposed to be out on the plains, roaming around, foraging for food, and moving around and constantly changing position. Being stuck in one position is terrible for the human body, especially if you want to live till you're 90. That's totally, doesn't make sense. They don't add up. This exercise you can do throughout the day. So the key is mix it up. Every hour of sitting, you should stand up and knock out 10 of them. It's on our app, the Back Doctor app. That's the most basic one. Then you can also expand that and do scapula stabilization, chest out posture exercises. If you sit slumped over, 3 things happen. Your head sticks out so it weighs more. The holes for the nerve close down so you get more nerve pain. And it stretches out the muscles. And the 4th thing actually is it can close the thoracic outlet if you have any thoracic outlet symptoms. So if you stick your chest out, let your shoulders fall back, and sit up straight, it corrects all 4 of those things. And the exercise program is designed to teach you to do that so the muscles get stronger, and it reminds you to sit up straighter throughout the day. Also, other exercises to add on our back program on the Back Doctor app, there's a dead bug, there's also a quadruped, and a prone. All those exercises can help. We don't do a lot of exercises on the head itself. This whole resisted exercise, pushing on people's head, that's okay for professional athletes who need to build up neck muscle strength to protect their neck, especially in football and other real collision type of sports. But for most normal people, any resisted exercise on the neck may just flare up neck pain. So we more work on postural support to support the head in a better position. It's okay to do these exercises, but the bottom line is, if any exercise causes pain, don't do it. Do the ones that don't cause pain. And then gentle stretching of your neck can also be helpful, and keeping your thoracic spine mobile and keeping your core stable can all help put you in a better postural position. So I hope that's been helpful. Please check our app, the Back Doctor app. It has the whole program on there. This is the same program we use to treat people after surgery. So if anybody has surgery with us, a lot of times they can fly home after a week and do the whole rehab program at home under the guidance of a good physical therapist or certified athletic trainer or chiropractor. You have 2 options at this point. If you want to come see us in person, please give us a call at 310-448-7890, or you can email us at info@watkinsspine.com. Thank you.